gave me her edit, she catch it, retrieve it. She just like my Evans, she finna receive it. I just swiped the A-man transaction completed. I just ate the shroom and I went up the V. I just found me a line on the side with need. On the zone with some bosses, we having a meet. Drop that bag on my dog just to make sure he eat. Had to send an ID when them car got the free. She gave me her edit, she catch it, retrieve it. She just like my Evans, she finna receive it. I just swiped the A-man transaction completed. I just ate the shroom and I went up the V. I just found me a line on the side with need. On the zone with some bosses, we having a meet. Drop that bag on my dog just to make sure he eat. Had to send an
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Our Long Smoke. I'm your host, your boy, Cigar. Of course, I'm back at it again. Hey, check it out. I'm wearing finally got my Cigar polo, so I finally wear it. Got some appreciate it, dude. Finally got the polo. Yeah, I feel like real family right now. Hey, so check it out, man. Hey, today we got a guest. We got his own line of. They want to say he got his own line of cigars. I think they working a couple of things with that, but truly honored to have him on today, man. I see some young cat out there. I always say he's a young cat. And I seen him already, so he look a little younger than me. But got a lot of cats out there doing their thing, man. He's one of them. And we want to bring him on, man, Jeremy, Empire Cigar Company. So man, I'm pretty sure he got a lot to say. Tune in, check him out. It's gonna be a great time. I'm gonna get him in, I'm gonna bring him back in. I know he's out the way, he's patiently waiting, he's eager. Bring him in. Sometimes we don't know. Y'all sometimes we don't know this stuff, right? I sent a message to him. I mean, oh, there you go. My bad. Sorry about that, y'all. See me get the man going real. There you go. Jeremy Bird.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, my brother? How you doing today?
All is well, man. How about yourself?
I can't complain, man. Little bit of crazy weather down here in Georgia, man, but we're gonna be out to make it.
Okay. Yeah, we just had our crazy weather yesterday, so all is well.
Oh, so y'all must have sent y'all way in.
I think we sent it to y'all, yeah.
Yes, cold blood shit right there. Hey, we don't want to take it back.
Well, we didn't need it. We just had our scare a couple of years ago when we had all those tornadoes at one time.
Right on. Speaking of tornadoes, we just had we didn't just had last year around this time frame, man. We had a tornado down here in Atlanta, man. Part of Atlanta I live in, the metro Atlanta. Man, it came through pretty bad, took some stuff up there. So we're blessed. The house is still standing. My kids came to the room, knocked on the door to my I think we got a storm outside, tornado coming. I was like, what big little nerd. I ain't thinking of it. Next day, I went outside, and there was stuff everywhere. So, when we talk about being blessed, man, definitely blessed to be here. So, I definitely understand you back.
Glad you're here. Glad y'all survived that.
Yes, sir. So, what you got going on, brother, man? What's going on besides that? I know so you're in Ohio.
Yeah, I'm in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Okay, so you got. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm asking you, college football, I'm going to ask, are you a Buckeye?
Huh? I can't hear that.
I'm going to ask, are you a Buckeye?
Absolutely. That's the only way to be.
Yeah.
That's the only way to be.
Here we go. Okay. I'm going to let you have that. Yeah, y'all been doing pretty well these past few years doing that, so I ain't gonna, I don't have any complaints. So. Me being a Carolina boy, I'm in the SEC, so
okay.
Yeah, start a road out here.
Okay, well, I mean, if it's any concession, I'm a Buckeye. I've been here long enough, but I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
So I was born a Tiger, just matriculated over to the Buckeye side. So been in the area, but I still root for my Tigers all day, every day.
Okay, you said the Tigers, huh?
Memphis Tigers.
Memphis Tigers. That's that HBCU, right? All right.
No. Only HBCU we have in Memphis is Lamorne College.
That's right. But somebody's coaching that basketball team in Memphis.
Oh, Penny Hardaway.
That's right. How's he been doing out there with the school, man? I caught maybe one or two games, man. I don't know, but how's he been doing out there with the school, bro?
I mean, they've had a phenomenal season. They had a phenomenal season. I just think it just needs a little bit more. What's what I'm looking for? Not a little bit more discipline. Not with him as the coaching, but the players themselves.
Okay.
Other than that, everything I think they're gonna be something to look out for this coming up season as well too.
Right on. Be good. So man, I think I may have started following you, man. I don't know, maybe a couple months ago or not. And for see what you got going on with whole Empire Cigars. Empire Cigars. What is Empire Cigars about?
All right, so Empire Cigar started because I reached out to a guy in Atlanta.
Okay.
I won't say his name, I'll let it be. But I asked him, hey man, listen, I don't know the industry, but I want to get into the industry. And I was wondering if you could kind of show me the ropes. Don't give me the secrets, just show me the ropes. And in so many words, he said, well, if you work for me, for my company, when I think you're ready, then I'll put you on.
Okay.
And I put you on mentality is a little frightening to me as an African-American man, because I may never be ready in your eyes.
Right.
You know, so you may think you are the top-notch tobacconist. You know what I'm saying? And I may never meet your qualification of what you think the best should be.
Right.
And so that could be 4 months down the road or 4 years down the road. And I would have just been giving you all of my time and my passion and everything else and not receiving anything in return.
Right.
So needless to say, I respectfully declined. I said, I appreciate your time, but I'm going to decline the offer. Thank you. Hung up the phone and I said, you know what? I'm going to start my own company.
Okay.
Empire Cigar Company was started.
Right.
And then I asked myself, well, how are you going to benefit from just having a company, a cigar company?
Okay.
So then I decided to make my first line, the Checkmate Collection, under the Empire Cigar umbrella.
All right.
And so after I did that, I started thinking, so what is going to be the nature of Empire Cigar Company, right? And I thought about it. People who have passion, who have the integrity, who have the zeal to push their own line.
Okay.
I would want to build something that they could call home. And when I say that, people are like, what does that mean? Think about 50 Cent when he made G Unit.
Right.
Think about Hova when he made Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? So what they did was went out and got the best of the best, who they thought it was, and brought them unto the umbrella of Rock Nation or G Unit. You know what I'm saying? And so now you have a whole team, an empire, if you will, of the greatest of the great, and you build off of each other. So Empire Cigar Company was formed because I wanted to give other people the opportunity to kind of do what I did. I started from the ground, everything was self-funded, and this is where I am.
Okay.
And so, you know, I wanted to give that opportunity to other people with the brand of Empire Cigar Company.
Right. So we said the opportunity to other people, man. So that means you got a couple of partners that you run with, or are you a solo guy in the game?
I'm a solo guy in the game, man. And when I say opportunities, you know, I said that I will put them in contact with the people that I do business with at the Tobaculaire. My cigars currently come out of Timbril, Dominican Republic. And so I put them in contact with the Tobaculaire that I do business with, and we can start the process of tasting blends and putting blends together to formulate a cigar that would be perfect for their line. It's their line under Empire Cigars umbrella. And so, of course, there'll be some contractual things going on, but for the most part, this is your baby. Right. I'm just helping you birth it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. If you will, you can look at us as the doula of the cigar industry, if that makes sense.
Okay. So before we get deep into to your brand and your line or not, how long? What got you into the cigar world, man? What was that first stick like for you, man? What all triggered it?
Man, it's funny because when I first started cigars, I really started on the whole thought process. I think that's a boss move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most guys wearing their fedora and got the cigar in their mouth and drinking some cognac or something, and they're amongst the other guys. It looks cool. And so it wasn't until around 2017 that it really started being like a hobby of mine, where I was trying different sticks. I wasn't just going to the one I always went to.
Right.
So I was trying different sticks and I was noticing how different they taste. And I'm just like, yo, that tastes good or that was trash, just really nitpicking through the different cigars. And I'll never forget it, man. I tried I tried the Alex Bradley barber pole.
Okay.
I can't even tell you the name of it off the top, but it was a barber pole.
Right.
And it changed my thinking, like, I'm spending money on these cigars. I need to try and be a part of this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing how I was going to do that. But I started doing my research. And as doing my research, I realized that this is a very lucrative business if it's done correctly.
Right.
And so I decided to just jump out of water feet first and just see what happened.
Okay. So now you're here.
And now I'm here.
So what year was it about? You said it was like 2019 when you started getting this thing off the ground?
Right. So my company started getting off the ground around 2019.
Okay.
When I got my LLC and everything, and then COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I think although COVID happened, it was the best thing that could have happened for me. And people were like, well, how? Because you weren't making no money. You're right. I wasn't making money, but it allowed me to research. It allowed me to read every book. It allowed me to listen to every video, look at every podcast that I could find that taught me or was teaching me about the cigar industry, different leaves, teaching me about the different fillers and the binders and everything. So it put me in a better position when I'm in the conversation and talking about my cigar. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not just like, yeah, the leaf or what it's filled up with. No, I'm actually speaking cigar terminology,
right?
Because I've studied and made myself aware of what needs to be said at this time and what needs to be said at that time, so that I don't look like an amateur. You know what I'm saying? You wanna look successful, be confident, and then reap the benefit after it's all said and done.
Uh-huh.
You always, I go on the motto that you want to look more successful than you are before you get there, because you have something to strive for.
Okay.
If you go in looking like you don't know what you're talking about, that's kind of how people are going to take you, like you don't know what you're talking about. So I had to study myself approved.
Right. Okay. That's actually pretty good story, man. Because like you talk about, you start studying, you got to study the leaves, and getting into the industry. One of the biggest things about being in the industry is knowing exactly what you're talking about. You don't know it to 100%, but if you sit around and all they refer to somebody talk about cigars and a Cuban, then that tells me that you really don't know exactly what's going on in the game. So with your blends, how many different blends do you have?
So currently in the game, we have two different blends.
Okay.
The Checkmate collection is just that. The Checkmate collection is an ode to me. I play chess, so hold on. You play checkers? Well, yes, I play chess, and this particular line is an ode to me. And so what I did was I pretty much started with making each of the cigars a chess piece, if you will. And so I started with the Night. The Night was my first ever stick. Okay. And the Night is, like, you can't see it because of the background, but there you go. So the Night was my first ever stick. And it's Ecuadorian sunshade wrapper.
Okay.
And it's a Colombian Dominican filler. Right. So this is my mild stick. And it's mild through and through, from beginning to end. It doesn't change. It just stays true. Like, people ask, do you have a true mild stick? I do. The Night is a true mild stick. Okay. Then I have the Bishop. That's what I'm smoking now. The Bishop. And the Bishop is a 60 by 6 gauge torpedo tip Mexican San Andreas wrapper with Dominican filler. So this is more of a medium to full body. It's more robust. As you can see, it's a one of them big dad is what you call them.
Right. I see it, yeah.
And so right now, these are the only two that I have. Okay. But we are actively working on the Rook and the Pine, which should be coming out, if not by the end of the year, the beginning of the next. I want to give them time to sit and do what they need to do before putting them on the market. But we're actually working on them as we speak.
Okay. So working on your stick, you got the Night and the Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
What is that quality process like now? So when I talk about the playing cigars, I don't try to get people to how many of this, how many of that. When your cigars are put together, where are they put together at?
So they're put together in Timbril, Dominican Republic.
Okay.
At the El Artista Tabacalera.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who knows cigar world, El Artista's been around for a very long time. Okay. I was blessed to have an amazing brand ambassador who who does know the cigar industry back and forth. And so with his expertise and my knowledge of what we want this to look like, we've developed a nice little team that coincides with the Tabacalera in the Dominican Republic.
Okay. So when it comes to your once that cigar is finished, done with, when it comes to your quality control process, you get your cigars, they come to you, push your cigar, say, okay, got my sticks. How often do you take your cigars and say, you know what, let me try a couple of these guys to make sure that, okay, this is my brand, that if I'm going to enjoy it, that the next person will enjoy it. How often do you do that? Do you do that with each one that comes out of production to get the you before you put it out? Or you do it every now and then?
No, I do it. So once I receive them, that's the first QC. Okay. And then I let them sit in the humidor before I put them out to be sold. I do another QC to make sure that between that little time period of getting them and when they set, nothing is really drastically changed.
Okay.
And so then once I put them at the sale, I give myself another 30 days. And then I'm trying another one just to make sure that they're okay. So what I have done is that even with ordering my sticks, I've also ordered an additional amount so that I'm not taking away from my sales.
Okay.
I have an additional amount that's specifically for QC.
All right, that's cool.
And I move those around just like I would move my cigars around in the humidor to make sure they're not just sitting in one spot.
Right.
But I have a specific order, and I order 500 more cigars specifically for QC reasons.
And that's what I was looking, because there's I was just talking to a cat yesterday, man, and there's a lot of cigars that's truly hitting the market. That's it's almost like I think I would say maybe the mid '90s. Everybody that you know, everybody making their rap, damn raps.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got quite a few that's making a cigar. Now some cigars that these are people that maybe buying cigars slapping a band on. Um, but you got folks like cats like you, man, that's actually getting your cigars manufactured, prep, ready to come to the pipeline. How does that stay consistent with the market of folks who's trying to maybe cut those corners? And actually people out there that's actually buying your cigars, man. What is your clientele look like? What are the responses you getting when folks smoke your cigars?
So, believe it or not, like I try not to do this, but when I sell a cigar, especially if we're face to face, I'm almost like sitting there waiting, like got my hand up, waiting, like take the first puff. Just let me see what you say about
Hit
it.
it one time.
Just hit it one time. But I try not to do that, but I find myself doing that. And I have not received, I know I may have received negative results behind the scenes from somebody. That's just inevitable. You're going to always get those.
Oh, definitely.
I have yet to receive anything negative to my face. I've yet to receive anything negative in a review.
That's what's
up. So, you know, I've been told if you don't say it directly to me, or if it's not in black and white, it never happened. You know what I'm saying? And so I've yet to receive anybody who has purchased a cigar, who's been gifted a cigar, who has won a cigar, whatever. I have yet, whether it be the knight or the bishop, who have given me a bad review and says, that's not a good stick. Anyone who's smoked the knight, they really like mild sticks. And they say I had a guy just the other day tell me, if I had to put your stick up to the Romeo and Juliet, which was my first cigar, I would choose yours. And I'm like, hey, I appreciate that. And so I have those who like the bishop. They like that Maduro leaf.
Right.
You know, and I had a guy take it freshly out the box. He lit it, took a couple of puffs. He said, this is it. How much for a box? And so it's like, I know they're good, but people think I'm biased because they're my sticks.
Right.
No, these are top of the line quality sticks.
Okay.
These are top of the line. They're rolled with perfection, and they're rolled with passion. There's a difference between being rolled with passion and rolled with love. Okay. And I say that, people are like, well, what do you mean? That's like one and the same. But rolled with love, you put a lot of, you know, emotion into rolling it. So it may feel different as if I just put it together.
Right.
Passion is what you know about what you're doing. And you want to make sure that it's the best cigar you've ever rolled.
Right.
And because when someone gets it, they're going to get it like, well, who rolled this? I was rolled at Tabacalera in Dominican Republic. That's giving a kudos to you. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure, regardless of who rolled it, it came from that Tabacalera. So they want to give out the best product. I want to sell the best product.
Right.
And so that's just, we all have the same passion when it comes to these cigars.
That's the deal, man. So we got your fan base, man. We got people talking about it now. I know I saw a couple of pics and everything. When it comes to the lounges, how many lounges how many lounges currently house your cigars?
So what we did in 2021, man, we were real big on vending. So we was real big on showing up to different pop-up things and then to get our name out there, right? And so now in 2022, we decided that we want to focus on getting the cigars in the lounge, okay? Mm-hmm. Here in Dayton, I currently have 2 lounges out of 4 that will be carrying the Knight and the Bishop.
Okay.
One of them already carries the Knight. The other one will be carrying the Knight and the Bishop. And then I'm currently in conversation with 2 lounges in Cleveland.
Okay.
I have 2 lounges here. No, actually 3 lounges in Cincinnati. I'm actually planning right now as we speak a cigar tour to where I'll be going to cities around Dayton, Ohio, and states. So I'll be going to Indiana. I'll be going to Detroit.
Okay.
I'll be going to Columbus, Cincinnati, those Cleveland. So those cities that have lounges in them, if you're out there, listen up. You know, if you got a spot that you would like us to come and set up shop, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed with what comes to your area.
Right.
And I'm real big on customer service. I think that customer service will sell anything. And
Exactly
so,
right.
you know what I'm saying? I understand how to treat the customers because I know how I want to be treated.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you're not going to get bad publicity. You're not going to get bad negative comments regarding A, the quality of the stick, B, the presentation of everything,
Right.
and C, the customer service.
Right on.
So yeah, so right now I currently have the cigars in 2 lounges, and I am about to branch out to various cities in the state of Ohio and abroad. So yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, you can be busy as hell.
Huh?
You're gonna be busy as hell.
Oh, I am. Oh, I cannot forget that I just got the cigars put in a cigar lounge in Tunica, Mississippi. So any of y'all in Memphis, Tennessee, that's headed to the casino in Robinsonville, go to Cigar Life and pick up a Bishop or a Knight and tell them that German Bird sent you.
That's what's up. And we look, like I said, the thing is, man, I try to when we go out there and post out there, talking about doing a post, we put out on IG and then post out YouTube. So I try to do a lot of hashtags to where folks in those areas. Now I'm a member of course Astro Cigar Club, and of course Fat Boy Cigar Club. So being that I've been Astro for almost a year now, man, and it's the just the camaraderie amongst the group, and he was very supportive, man. So if there's something out there, this is a new stick that's out in the market, man. The thing I learned about being part of groups or being in the cigar room, man, people are always looking for a new stick to try.
Absolutely.
And everybody always wants something. We got our go-to sticks. I have my go-to stick. My go-to stick is a blind man, look, a Conway. I love the Conway now. But we all have our go-to sticks. But like I said, there's people out there that always find something new to smoke. And when you find something new to smoke, it's easy for that. It all takes one person.
Yeah.
So you know what, hey man, try this damn Bishop. Try this night. Man, it's going to change your life. And it's like I use this a lot. I hope Denzel don't sue me one day. Like what Denzel said on American Gangster. So like Blue Man.
Yeah.
I talk Blue Man. He said like General Mills. Hey, that's a brand name. I stand on.
Yeah.
And so when you have a brand, it's a brand name, and you gotta stand on that name.
Absolutely.
So I truly believe we're gonna have something special. Getting your sticks out. Now I know there's a lot of course, this is the season. This is the season for the cigar weeks everywhere. Cigar week is like like church revival. Cigar week in Shaw. You got Shaw Cigar Week in Philly. There's 11. There's Easter. And there's cigar week. It's like I see so many people go to cigar week, man, and I ask myself, how the hell did they damn do it?
Yeah.
Hey, they must got to add some money, no job, but they just be getting it. And I ain't even mad at it.
Right.
I ain't even mad at it. So of course, the Atlanta cigar week is coming up in September. I'm definitely forward to that.
So September what?
It's September. I want to say the week of the 14th. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll be shocked if I don't put out the right job on the page.
Yeah, because I currently have a cigar festival that I'm going to here in Indiana, Martinsville, Indiana.
Okay.
And it's called Smoke at the Creek. And it's Smoke at the Creek. You probably saw me on my Instagram.
Okay.
Smoke at the Creek. And it's about give or take 40 to 50 boutique cigar companies, is what they
Okay.
call us, because we're not as big as the others, but we're still out here making noise. And so it's about 40 to 50 of us that are going to be at this event, August the 12th and the 13th
Right.
in Martinsville, Indiana.
Okay. Okay. It's taking its time. It wants to be.
It's cool.
So it's the 12th to the 18th. So last
12th
week,
okay.
it's the 12th to the 18th, man. It's going to be. If you haven't been to one yet, man, it's the 8th. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the 8th.
I even made look into coming to that because I have to be at in Memphis the weekend of the 17th of September.
Okay.
I'm gonna be involved in a cigar and whiskey event with it's a company called Rich Empire clothing line.
Okay.
And so the details will be coming out soon, but we're working on that as we speak, and that will be in September as well. So that'll be a smooth transition to go to the A and then shoot to Memphis.
Hey, you damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
They ain't be the same no more.
Yeah, man.
What's the I know the future plan I know is continue to keep your brand out there and also work on those the other two fixing it now, man. And of course the push to get to the lounge. Now, when it comes to getting into more lounges, how are you working that to get into different lounges? You see you have maybe 4 in your immediate area.
I have 4 in the immediate area, yes.
Okay. And and you're in 2 of them.
Right.
What's the plan to get the other 2?
So with that, I have to set up like tastings and all that stuff. But I'm if I'm being truthfully honest, the other 2 may not be welcome into the building. So it's like, just gotta be mindful of what your realisticness is.
No, say. Understand that. That's why I like Atlanta so much. There's so between the lounges and the brands and whatnot. There's so many different lounges that's coming on. They all have their own different flavors and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the diversity of it. It's not just one particular group or one two group. It's a diversity of sticks that come through by my man. I say my man owns Cigar here in Newton, man. And we spent a lot of time down there, but from the time of his growth and whatnot, that's why that's about lounging. That's today I'll probably give him a call and we'll get on. And then he'll follow you up, pick you up, and talk to you about maybe a box or 2 just to get him out here. Another thing that I do with him is that we do reviews. So
Absolutely.
So if you want us to do a review of your stick, and then we'll do the same thing we're doing now. We'll get on here and we'll talk about the same. We'll be honest. And what most people want is a lot of y'all want is honesty, and of course we'll be honest about the stick and everything, man. But I'm definitely I'm gonna definitely talk to him today, the way he can look at what you follow, what you will not. And I think the more lounges that you're able to get into, of course you'll grow even more. Not saying become overwhelmed, but the biggest opportunity right now is to be able to try to get you more lounges.
Right, absolutely. And so, like, what I will say is that I'm not against traveling anywhere to get my name out there. Mm-hmm. So if it comes to because what I've been doing lately is having like tastings in different cigar lounges just to get my name out there and people learn about the brand, learn about the cigars, and decide if they want to partake in purchasing a stick or 2 or a box or whatever the case may be, because we have all those things available. And so that's normally what it is. I just had an event. I'm planning an event for Cleveland coming up So anybody who's in that area, be looking out for Empire Cigar Company. And it's gonna be live. It's gonna be live. You know, I want to wait until everything is solidified before I start name dropping and all this stuff. So it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be an exciting year.
So when folks get to now, how does your order process? I know you got a website. So folks in order to hit you up on the web or Instagram or how do you get folks to order sticks from you? And not only that, can individuals order your sticks, or you doing bulk orders? How you doing the orders?
Absolutely. Individuals can order the sticks. Lounges can order the sticks. Businesses. Well, how I do it is I right now, since the world is really trying to stop this online tobacco selling, right? Hold on one second, I'm trying to grab charge. They're really trying to stop this online tobacco selling. So they've kind of put a damper in my website and allow me to sell online. So what I've had to do was venture off into Venmo and Cash App and all those little third parties, which have proved very productive. I haven't had issues with people being hacked and none of that, and it's worked out perfect.
Okay.
But so how I have it is, if you go to my website and you put an order in, you can put the order in, and it'll tell me what you ordered. But then once I see the payment go through Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle, then I'll fulfill the order and send it to wherever you filled out on the website that needs to go. That's one way. Or we could do it to where you hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook, tell me what you want, and I find out what's your method of payment, and we go that way. I can send you out an invoice, whichever is easier for you. I tend to do invoices even for individuals because that's more secure. So if people want to have a thing about being secure with their monies, which we all do, then I will very well send out an invoice just to make sure that you're comfortable in your purchase.
So what's your I know you said you going out to Memphis tomorrow? You going somewhere?
This weekend, yep, I'll be in Memphis.
Okay. So voting down there, or what's your plans for the weekend with Empire Cigars, man?
Well, of course, when I go to any city, the first thing I do is find the nearest poppin' cigar lounge. And so I go patronize with them. And then we talk about Empire Cigar Company. I never go in the gate talking about my company because I want you to understand I'm not a gimme person.
Right.
I'm going to spend money where I am, where my sticks are.
Right.
Simply because in order for you to keep moving and keep building your company, to be able to sell my sticks, you got to have money. So I'm going to always push money to you just because that's where we are. And so after I, sit down and patronize and take a couple of sticks at a few lounges in Memphis, because they got a lot of them, I'll do that and then spend some time with the pops. It's gonna be a week early since Father's Day is the week after next. Spend time with the pops, family, for this weekend a little bit. Yeah, just to enjoy him because I won't be able to be in Memphis for Father's Day.
Right.
So that's kind of where we at.
Right on. It's cool, man. So, like I said, man, when I saw you, man, I said I got the opportunity to talk to this cat, see what we got going on out there, and we can do whatever we can to help push Empire Cigar. So what else you got for the people out there, man? What do you want to give the people?
So listen, The industry was not made for us. The industry wasn't made for us. And so I made a decision that instead of asking for a seat, I built my own table. And you can do that too. And I feel like when it comes to being a part of an empire, it takes every hand on deck. You know what I'm saying? And so if that's from people posting about Empire Cigar Company, that comes from people sharing things you see with Empire Cigar Company, that come from those who are patronizing, who are purchasing cigars. If you don't smoke, the smallest donation still goes towards Empire Cigar Company.
Right.
And the donation does not have to always be monetary. Donation can be word of mouth. It can be, like I said, sharing a post. Your network and my network combined, there's no telling who we're going to reach. Right. So I believe in lifting up another. Okay, lifting up another. And if there's anything that I can do as Empire Cigar Company to help the next person, that's what I'm going to do. And I think my flaw is I expect that from everybody else.
Right.
Now my expectations may be high, but I was taught that if you shoot for the moon, if you miss, you still land amongst the stars. So therefore, I'm always shooting high. Because if I shoot high, I'm gonna land high. And that's what I got for you. So always be willing to lend a helping hand by any means, and don't be afraid to step out there. Because somebody else will believe in your gift if you believe in it first.
Sound like a little 3,000 in your number. Yeah, I thought somebody would come out the door and say message.
Man,
that's real talk. That's real talk, man. That's real talk. And it's good. And you know what the thing about, man, it's good to see cats like yourself that had that mindset to talk about, things that's being real. And what's not designed. And it's crazy to say that because I just had a buddy of mine I talked to probably a week ago, but sent me a text message. I'm almost on the same dialogue, same thing. Like, you know what? A lot of times it's not made for us. It wasn't designed for us. So we still create our own seat at the table.
Yeah.
Create our own seat at the table, kick down those doors. We break those barriers, man. And the biggest thing we gotta be a sport one another when it comes to it. So definitely had something to you on that, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're gonna push this out. We're gonna every time you post something about Empire Cigar, I plan on resharing. I definitely plan on resharing it, man.
Appreciate it.
I definitely want to talk to my partner down here, man, my boy, and if they got his lounge, man, and talk to him about reaching out to you for business speaks down here. The part about it I think would be huge was if I'm correct, he's probably the only person in this area carrying your sticks.
It's exclusivity. There's nothing wrong with that either.
So it's a new city, it's new territory, and I think it'd be a beautiful thing. Man.
Absolutely. So I definitely appreciate any help that you can offer, just to break that barrier of that part of the world, right? Coming to the A is a big place, and so to even to be in one lounge would be great. So hey, like I said, I'm willing. I'm gonna check out the Atlanta Cigar Week too. I think that's gonna be dope.
Yep, check it out, man. A lot of the big names you see out there, OIG and whatnot. A lot of those folks are in Atlanta. Feel like one particular, you see a lot of Atlanta Cigar Company. Of course, those guys, they're here. It's an ATL Cigar Company. So there's a lot of folks you'll be able to see down here, coming across down here. But I will say a lot of them are, I would call them like pioneers. In the game and just making it, we took this thing to another level.
Yeah.
And I think that there's nothing that's going to stop it from keep on climbing because it's still going. And what we're going to, I would say the swag that we're bringing to it, not just the posing piece of having a cigar, so have smoke cigar, bringing a different style to it. And
absolutely.
That's gonna be the part that's the part that make people say, "Oh shit, we gotta do something."
Absolutely,
and that's what we do.
So I tell anybody, man, if you haven't checked out Empire Cigar Company Instagram, it's at Empire Cigar Co. Co. Check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, Empire Cigar Company, and I mean, join the empire. There's enough room for everybody, and I guarantee you'll taste royalty in every stick. Guarantee it.
That's dope. That's dope. So there y'all have it. There y'all have it, y'all. Jeremy Bird, Jay Bird, Smooth Bird, Jay Bird. What do you want to call him? The Bird Man?
That's
Hey,
it.
Empire Cigars out of Ohio, man. He's up and coming. We got 2 great sticks out there right now, which I'm eager to try, I'm ready to try. And of course, we're gonna try to push this thing, support. That's all we ask you to do is get out there and support. If you like it, cool. If you don't like it, that's cool too. It may not be to you, but the biggest part about support, let's get this thing out there. Jeremy, I appreciate having you on today, man. I truly do.
Thank you, bro, for the invitation.
Hey man, folks out there again, make sure y'all follow the cat, follow him out there on IG, follow his Facebook, get onto his website, link up to him, talk to him, get the cigars. All right. Once again, this is your boy, Cigarologist, broadcasting from the W Backport Studio. That's how I do it. And like I always tell y'all, man, y'all be safe out there, protect one another, love one another. Most important, y'all keep it smoking, and we out. Hey.
Peace.